Welcome to Talkaoke. We've got some people at the table already. So this is a Talkaoke, which is a pop-up talk show. There's a man looking rather dapper in his beautiful glasses. Hello, don't be shy. You can come and sit down. So this is a pop-up talk show, and we've got some people who came here already. So without further ado, I just need to ask your names. My name is Margot. What are your names?
My name is Habiba.
Habiba, and?
My name is George.
George. Okay, that's a wonderful name. Both wonderful names. And
I'm Ellie.
Ellie. Okay, Habiba, George, and Ellie. And we've got Rick there on the camera. But also, he's just sitting down at the table. Is your name actually really Rick?
It is Rick, yes.
Because I guessed it. I didn't know. Hello, we've got a new person. Hello. What's your name?
Fatima.
Fatima, Habiba, George, Ellie, and Rick. And my name is Marga, and this is Talkaoke. So, guys, the premise of the Talkaoke is that we can talk about anything you want. I'm a little bit intrigued about your green shirt. Is it a coincidence that you're all wearing green?
Volunteering for Active Newham.
Okay, Active Newham. What does that do? What does that entail?
It covers sports in different areas. If you're interested in volunteering, active, being yourself.
Okay, one thing to say about the mic is totally safe. You can speak to it. It's not going to attack you. So so you can feel safe with this bicycle. That's not even a thing. You wanted to add something?
I just said it's pretty much everything. It's like, just if you need a hand to help, the volunteers are like pretty much there. Especially during, I've done this like 3 years in a row, so it's great experience as well for your CV and all of that stuff.
So volunteering, like, do you guys like? Is there what do people think about volunteering in general? Is there something that people do in Newham or in London in general? Have you done any volunteering yourself, Ellie? Like.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit, I think. I like doing it as, sometimes it's just like nice because it's a way of meeting new people in London as well, because I think sometimes it's so busy and like you've got school, you've got work, and you're on the tube and whatever. So I quite like volunteering to like actually maybe talk to a few more people and actually like see people as well.
Okay, so it's kind of a way of spending time and kind of connecting with others then. What, you were going to add something, George?
Oh no, I wasn't going to add much, but like she said, most people like to volunteer because they love to help people or because they enjoy the experience and they want to meet more people, but some people also do it as a way of building their careers or because they enjoy the process of doing more for themselves, basically, like personal development.
So it's a personal development and doing something for the community. We've got some people walking by. I wonder what they're doing. They've got some intriguing t-shirts as well. And there's some policemen. I wonder if they do any volunteering, actually. So this is a way of building your career, okay, and getting people to stay fit, presumably, from your particular strand of volunteering that you guys do. So do you feel like this is helping your careers, this volunteering then?
Well, when you think about a career, it's not just your job, it's also the person you become. And when you volunteer, you usually become a better person. You learn how to socialize, you learn how to interact, you learn how to give more of yourself, basically. Because let's face it, if you put effort in one area, you learn how to put more effort in others.
So I think what I'm picking up from what you're saying is like it's not just about one thing. It kind of builds you as a whole person because it teaches you all sorts of different skills and kind of interpersonal skills as well. So I kind of wonder, is there ever like something that is like quite hard about volunteering? Do you find anything challenging? Because it sounds like you're basically selling it to me. If I were ever to do volunteering, I'm quite convinced.
Well, yes, I think you should actually, yeah. I can get you a green t-shirt if you want.
Okay, I won't say no to a free t-shirt, but I wanted to kind of open it up. I mean, you know, is volunteering these days like, easy thing to do? Is connecting with people something that you were talking about? Is an easy thing to do in London? Like,
With Active Newham, it's actually not that hard. You just have to sign up, go to an introduction, and whenever you want to volunteer, you can. If you're not available, then that's fine. You just have to say it's very flexible. I can say that it's very flexible.
so is that how things need to be now in London? They have to be like very flexible. Yes.
I was just going to say, I was actually weirdly on filling out like emailing someone saying I wanted to volunteer with them yesterday, and I looked at the form because I had to like tell them where I lived and all that kind of stuff, like general stuff. And then I scrolled down and I realised I had to do an application form, like so I had to tell them what my previous experience was, why I wanted to apply, and it was longer than a job application I'd just done. And I was like, I just want to come out like on a Saturday or Sunday every couple of months, or like every once a month or twice a month. And then I felt like a bit like a failure, because I was like, oh God, I don't know whether I'm good enough to volunteer for these people, and it was quite off-putting. So I think sometimes people can be like, yeah, take the piss a little bit about it as well.
So just for people who are passing by and looking at us quizzically, this is a Talkaoke. We're currently talking about volunteering. Is volunteering actually really easy, or do you have to fill in lots of forms before you can volunteer your time? Hello, sir, looking rather dapper out there. There's a lot of really stylish people here, I've got to say. Quite intimidating in a very good, positive way. Hello, ladies, come and join us on the table of chat. We are a pop-up talk show. Currently, we're talking about volunteering. Have you ever done volunteering? They are pretending not to hear. Maybe they're off to volunteer somewhere. So yeah, application form.
I've done an internship. I don't know if that's the same as this kind of feels like volunteering, but because you don't get paid either kind of thing, but it's kind of, you learn a lot of skills and stuff like that and stuff. In fact, I did an internship for this. This is how I got involved in Talkaoke, was doing an internship involving this project.
Okay, so that advanced your career massively, which was something what George was saying earlier. So internships and volunteering, great way of building your portfolio. Hello, come and join us on the table of chat, talking about volunteering. And it's a great way also to get yourselves onto a career path, maybe chosen one, or maybe before you actually find the one that is good for you. But yeah, volunteering is unpaid. Internships are unpaid. Good, bad, discuss, yes.
The time, like you can get rewards and things. It doesn't always have to be like money. Like you spend your time to help people because you care about them.
Okay.
So I didn't do the internship to like get money. It was more I did it because I wanted to get experience.
Sometimes money is like a key issue, and I feel like it doesn't really matter as long as you're doing the right thing for the right people.
I will just tell these guys who are walking past that we are a pop-up talk show and we're just talking about volunteering. And actually, is volunteering, do you get rewards which are beyond money from your volunteering, or do you need to get paid cash to make something worth your while? This is the reality that we are living in. Hello, have you ever volunteered in your life? Lady over there, looking again very stylish. What is going on? Everyone's so beautiful today. Okay, so you're saying money is not everything. Sounds good in principle, but also raises questions.
But yeah, it's true, because most people believe that money is important, but I actually believe there's two kinds of motivation deep down. There's intrinsic and extrinsic motivation.
Okay, you're gonna have to break this down to us, because I literally don't know what you said.
No, basically I'm saying that some people are motivated from within, some people are motivated from the outside. And if you're motivated from within, you're more likely to be happier. It's actually been scientifically proven. So it turns out that volunteering is more likely to make you happy than just working at a high-paying job or something.
Okay, there was something in my face. But also you were saying, okay, so volunteering, if it comes from your heart, it's better for you than a high-paid job. What do you think about that? Have you done volunteering? Sorry?
Too big for this.
Don't pay for this. Do pay for this. Come and tell.
Too big.
Oh, too big. Oh no, you are perfect age. You're actually just the right age range. All of you actually put together. Because Talkaoke, it's a pop-up talk show open to absolutely everybody, even to this lady over there who's walking just over there, just scanning the situation. Because let's not forget, this is the Newham Show. This is certainly my third year at this fantastic festival. And I wondered what else is happening today. So we can continue talking about volunteering and the things that we want to get out of it, and things which are good for us intrinsically, or what was the other one, George?
Extrinsic.
extrinsically. Is that a word? I had no idea. And Talkaoke is also an opportunity to learn things for me, for sure, from you and from each other. But also we can change the subject at any point you want. Have you guys been exploring bits of the Newham Show today? Or we can carry on talking about volunteering and high-paid jobs and the meaning of happiness and the source of happiness. So it's all entirely up to you. I'm going to leave this in your capable hands, and I feel like Fatima, you've got some contribution to make here.
I mean, money is always great to have. I mean, it's not like, like if you have it, you get to go shopping and like all of that stuff. So like, why not?
I'm just gonna ask this lady because she's too shy to sit down. But I'm just gonna ask her: do you think money is important or not important? Come and say it on the mic. I'm a little bit deaf, as you can understand why. There's like a music kicking off.
Sorry, I didn't hear your question there.
Okay, so my question. Oh, by the way, this is Talkaoke. It's a pop-up talk show, so we talk about anything people want to talk about. We were talking about volunteering and being happy. We can maybe, if you budge up, so lady, you can just like have a little sit down if you want to. But my question to you was: is money important?
Of course it is.
How so?
Well, quality of life, food, house, transport.
And does money necessarily, I'm talking to you, but I'm actually talking to everybody. We covered some of it already, but I think there's a lot to be uncovered still. But is money giving people happiness? George was purporting the fact that perhaps if you volunteer your time, if you do things which aren't giving you monetary rewards, they make you happy, but money is also very important. So do we need money to be happy?
Actually, no, I think she's right, actually, because, you know, you're a mother, so you want to take care of your child and everything, so money is important for taking care of your children. I actually agree with you.
It does.
Okay, I don't know.
I just thinking, yeah, like I was thinking, oh yeah, I'd really like it, that money wouldn't matter. And I was thinking about like, yeah, you need money to buy food. I was like, I'll just grow my own food. But then actually to be able to grow your own food, like I need to like buy enough land to like actually, you know, like grow enough tomatoes and stuff like that. And so like I think you always need like you can't get out of it unless you have a lot of money in the first place. You can't really get out of the system of needing money.
Okay, so hello, by the way, we're talking about money and can money give us happiness? Is it important? Or should we all just switch to volunteering all the time and maybe growing our food? I don't know, things like that. What do you guys think? Oh, by the way, sorry, that's very extremely rude of me. I didn't catch your name. What's your name? I'm Margot, by the way.
Hi Margot, I'm Sam.
Sam, and we've got who else?
Kieran. They didn't speak yet. Kieran.
Kieran. Okay, fantastic name. And we've got Fatima, we've got Habiba, we've got George, we've got Eleanor, Rick, and I'm Margot, and this is Talkaoke. Yes, I've interrupted you rudely.
I think it's a balance between money and contentment. Like, money doesn't always bring happiness because sometimes some people who have money aren't usually the happiest. I think it's more about getting out there and being like with people, and like it's more of a like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's like friendship, and like there's more to life than just money.
Okay, there's more to life than just money, and particularly maybe being a parent and also, you know, having responsibility not just for yourself but other things. But so you guys come from a volunteering kind of context today, but I wonder, is volunteering something that's needed in Newham? Is that something that happens a lot? Oh, by the way, everyone, welcome. This is a Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show, and if these guys scooch up, you can come and join the conversation. So come along. We're talking about volunteering. We're talking about looking after your children, and do you need to make compromises, therefore, to make money, to make their future a better one? We are also talking about the innate need to stay happy and to contribute to society. And we're talking about the people in London aren't connected because they just rush around all the time.
We got actually no choice. Like me, I'm a single mom and I'm full-time working. My son is full-time at the nursery for the last 12 months. So I don't see my son. So I'm always working. For what? For money.
Okay.
And nurseries are so expensive as well that sometimes you have to work just to afford a nursery to work, and it's like a cycle.
You wanted to add something?
I wasn't gonna add much, but it is true that it is a big problem in the Newham and in a lot of countries inside the world, really. That there are some parts where people who have and some parts where people have not. But one thing I noticed between both sides is that they both work really, really hard. But it's the people who have that have more. And I think they need something to, deal with that imbalance between those two.
So are you picking up that maybe Newham is not a very equal place in terms of those who have and have nots in this area, and there's maybe a little bit more work that needs to be done to kind of support that? Yeah, we're trashing the place as well, because Talkaoke is about conversation, it's also about expression, and sometimes it manifests itself by throwing the stool over, and sometimes it's just a spontaneous chat. But yeah, so Newham, yeah, what do we make of Newham as a place to bring up children, to be a young person? Can I ask you guys, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 18.
19.
42.
22.
Oh, it's 20 months.
20 months, that's serious.
25.
I'm 34, and Rick, you're 138, right? Cool. Sorry? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so what do we make of Newham and the place? Is it a happy place? Does it require more volunteers to bring happiness?
Well, I guess yes, but volunteering is most of the time like people working, they will have no time to do it. I wish people had a time. So I wish there were things happening on Sunday, and I've noticed that nothing happening around in your home.
I'm just gonna ask these people walking by. Hello there, lady, and gentlemen, and lots of children. I've got a question, just to absolutely anybody. Is there enough happening in Newham right now? Oh, they just gone past. Yeah.
Right now in summer. The rest of the year, there is nothing. Well, I've noticed there is nothing.
But there is Under the Stars and stuff like that. There's
What's that? Can you explain? I'm not from Newham, by the way.
it's also in Central Park, but it's like a music festival kind of thing for kids and people to just showcase talent and stuff like that, I think. I'm not too sure. It's
Okay, so there's some bits and bobs, but would you say, that's great, because the summer seems to be like a great time to kind of be active and be present in Newham and hang out in Central Park at this wonderful festival, or the other one, that Under the Stars you were talking about. But the rest of the year maybe not so good. So is that why you guys do volunteering? And actually, I just want to ask these ladies walking by. Hello there, ladies and little children. Hello there. This is a pop-up talk show, by the way. We're just talking about Newham, and is there enough going on outside of the summer? Do you do lots of things in Newham all the time? You look like a very active person. If you go scooch up, then we can invite more people in. This is how this works. You can come round. There's some more stalls. Hello there. Hello, is there enough going on in Newham, and what have you seen at this festival so far? We've got some free space for you. You can rest your legs and you can join the conversation. I feel like, I don't know what you guys think, but it looks like a family kind of discussion. Hello, come and join us for a little conversation. No, that's fine. Sam, before you go, I'd like to ask your final thoughts. What are you going to go away with?
My final thought about volunteering?
About anything you like, anything that made you think in the course of this conversation, or anything at all, or a question that you want to pose to us before you leave.
All right. Well, enjoy summer. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Question there.
Give me a question or just something that
I don't even think. Sorry, I don't know what to say more than what you. But I don't know.
That's okay. Well, thank you so much, Sam. Shall we just give it a little one of them? Because honestly, hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. So guys, we can take this conversation in any direction we want. We covered the volunteering, we covered all the things pertaining to happiness and money. I feel like if we carried on the conversation, we would have resolved world problems. But anything that you want to kind of add, any new conversations you want to start, or we can pick up on anything that we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of options. Hello there. So
I was just going to ask you. You guys work for Newham Active, or volunteering for Newham Active. What kind of sports do you guys do? Do you have to all represent a sport as if you're part of Active Newham?
It's a good question.
Volunteering team. So like I always volunteer every Newham Show if I'm available. Otherwise I don't do sports that much.
And if you were to do a sport, what would be your sport of choice? And in fact, actually, Fatima, do you do any sports?
I don't do any sports. I'm too lazy for it.
I really like how you just like you volunteer your time. Come on, come and join us. We're just talking about volunteering. Are you girls volunteering as well? You're working. Oh, you can stop by for a little bit. Do you have to do any sports as part of your volunteering?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Fatima has abandoned us. Come and join us. Okay.
Come over.
Right. Hello, welcome to Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show. We have to compete with this extreme excitement coming from the main stage, which we can do. Hello there. What have you got up there? Are you eating some active snacks? Do you think they'll give you enough energy? Come and join us. What have you got in your little packet?
We are live in a mix with DJ B Rats.
What's in your packet? What's in your cup?
So guys, we've got a lot
I don't know.
going on today, as you can see.
You don't know. It looks to me like maybe blueberries. That's quite a good choice.
Full of activity.
What gives you energy to be smiling every
You
morning?
guys are the early people that catch the worm. It means you can run around and do everything. But like I said, this is the biggest free event, and on this stage today,
It's okay. We're just basically having a conversation. We were talking about doing sports, and we were talking about happiness. Hello there. Would you like to come and join us? We're just having a conversation about things that make us happy, and we had a lovely contribution there. We had a little
ladies and gentlemen,
person taking part as well. Hello. Hello, there's Mustafa over there. And if you need to rest your legs and if you want to have a bit of a conversation, we are here for you. Hello, welcome to Pop-Up Talk Show. Yes, you may sit down. You need to reveal your name though first.
happening on the youth stage.
Hello, my name is Mustafa Mohammed, the guy with the orange fan. I had to borrow it from my mum. If you want to get yourself cooled down, you can find me with the orange fan. Thank you.
That's a very good advertising there, Mustafa. So if anybody needs to cool down, hello, welcome. Have you guys done any volunteering before? I feel like you may have done. Hello, what's your name, by the way?
My name's Damien.
Damien, we were just talking about, I've got a new person. What's your name? Arit, and shall I just get a round of names? Come and join us. We're just having conversation about volunteering, but also happiness, and is money important? And is there enough going on in Newham? I don't know. Let's get your names. My name is Margot. Hello.
I'm Abbott.
Habiba.
Remy,
Ainoa. Damien.
George.
Ellie. And we've got Rick on camera, and my name is Margot, and this is the Pop-Up Talk Show. So guys, how is Newham Show so far? What have you been experiencing today?
So we looked at some of the other stalls that are just over there. We saw the Newham ones, like the NHS, and we've also seen the drugs and then the sports one, the street life one, I believe.
Anything that you guys have seen that you want to kind of share? Because we are just kind of here. We don't get, like, you are our window to the world. So what are we missing currently?
We are missing we are missing to like make robots.
Okay, so there's lots of things to choose from, but apparently not enough outlets for people to make robots. Okay, what do you guys think about that?
Data is for you. He likes everything in one place. But the first one was quite good about the school nursing. The ones about brushing your teeth.
Okay, so can you share some kind of tips on brushing teeth? Because I've got a reveal to make. I haven't brushed my teeth this morning. It's actually God honest truth. But what are you gonna say? Please don't be angry.
We don't rinse our mouth after brushing our teeth.
But should we?
No, because you wash all of the fluoride out of your mouth.
Okay, was that what you were going to say? No, what were you gonna say? This is quite a revelation, by the way.
I was gonna give the tip that they told us that it doesn't matter which brand you buy, as long as it's got 1,450 fluorine in it.
Okay, so we better be more careful choosing the toothpaste. Right. Anything that you found, Remy, that you wanted to?
You have to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. That's the most important, not just brushing your teeth quickly, brush it in circles. So I think it's a good tip for the young people to brush their teeth for 2 minutes. I'm trying to remind you, not for like 1 second.
Does anybody okay, so oral hygiene is quite important. Have they mentioned anything about flossing? Hello, sir. Did you know that you have to brush your teeth for 2 minutes? Maybe he did. Maybe he's like, I know this. This is old news now. That's how I live my life, actually. Okay, so there's lots of really useful tips, right? So do people have 2 minutes for brushing their teeth, or are we just a bit busy every morning? What do you guys think? Do you brush your teeth for 2 minutes? Full 2 minutes?
We do try to do 2 minutes, and we also try and do like all everywhere in our teeth, including like the back of our teeth, our tongue. It's just to make sure that even if you don't do it for 2 minutes, at least like, everywhere is clean.
Okay, so I think we've got some strong tips of teeth brushing, but apart from teeth brushing, what else is going on out there? These guys are volunteering. They're doing a lot of work to get people active. I feel like oral hygiene is partly related to that, you know, keeping people healthy and moving. And we're talking about the sports that these guys have to do in order to qualify as volunteers. And apparently, there isn't you don't have to be you don't have to do a sport. Is that true, George?
You don't need to do a sport. You can do one if you want to, but the most important thing is if you want to volunteer, just go for it. They'll allow you to do whatever you need to.
Hello, you guys. We're just talking about volunteering. Have you done volunteering before? Where did you volunteer, by the way? I can't hear. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it? We're just kind of talking about. Okay, fine. We're going to be here until until 6 o'clock. That's how long we're going to be here. Okay. So you guys.
Look around again. We just came, so we want to go and see more things.
Before you do, have you done any volunteering?
I did long time ago.
And how was that?
It was interesting. I did it. I worked in a shop, tidying up books and selling books.
Okay. Yeah. And did that enrich you as a person? Did that make you more happy?
I think it made me feel more comfortable with being with people that I didn't know at the time.
Okay. So, well done you for doing volunteering like these guys. What about you? Sorry. Before I come to you, Remy, we've had a stretched arm. I need to ask you.
I have volunteered in church for lots and lots of things, and the main thing is when we do like quizzes. I like to be like the person who does lots of games in it.
They look ready.
So volunteering at games, okay, that's just like pure fun, basically. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay, and you, Remy?
Volunteering is like doing what you like most. Like I like working with children, so I currently work with children. I found this CGL company. They show people about drugs, so I was just getting educated around there. So I'm going to take this to my hospital to talk to young people about drugs and how it make the effects of the glasses make you feel when you use drugs. So it's a new thing to me. So I'm trying to introduce it to my workplace to show young people how drug affects them in their lives.
Okay. And would you say that's a knowledge that kind of needs to be spread among young people in Newham?
Yes, I think that's what I'm introducing about this. It's a free service, so I'm going to work with them to bring it to my workplace because I work with children, so I'm going to bring it there to educate them more and pass the news, good news around.
Okay. I'm taking it that you work in Newham then, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you want to say, George, about that?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him a question actually.
That is also allowed. That's one of the things that you can do at Talkaoke table.
Now, I want to ask, what do you think is the best way to deal with this alcohol and drug issue that's going on right now?
Very good question.
I don't drink, but they have tried to increase the money of alcohol, and it's not working. I think it's education, like what they're doing there. It's a good way to show people the effect of alcohol, especially on drugs, what it does to you. And this could be a good way to enlighten young people about alcohol from the start. But the old people now the people are used to drinking alcohol already, they can't stop. But if you know your limits when you're drinking, not only just drinking, but drinking to your limits, not getting drunk and falling over, but drinking to when you're able to perceive things. But that glasses from this company is like shows you the perspective when you drink too much or use too much drugs, the effect of it, and you can see it's not a good sight for young people.
Okay, so not even cutting it out completely, just knowing your limits. Yes.
And I think the one way to sort it out is by keeping the kids busy. You know, if you are 13 and you got nothing better to do and you got alcohol, you drink probably because you got nothing better to do. But if you go volunteering or supporting other places or places to go to and have fun without drinking, that's the best way to do it, I think.
I really wanted to ask like young people around the table, because obviously, okay, maybe like the older young people, the senior young people here on the panel, actually, what, you know, you guys, do you think that alcohol and drugs is a problem among your colleagues? And yeah, and if so, like, how does it manifest itself? What can you do not to get involved in that?
I think it's about having the young people do something with their lives instead of. It's like they want somewhere to belong, and if they have like groups of people that like bring them in, show them that they're welcome, and like they're more to like loyalty and all that stuff, and then it's basically young people find a way to fit in. And if they have like there's youth centers that I go to and like stuff like that, it's perfect for kids, for people who want a place to go, friends to make, and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, you were nodding your head there as well. And what about you then?
I would say that with the alcohol and thing, it's like dangerous, and like they should open more like youth zones for children, not just teenagers, like for the little kids, because it's the little kids that bring the people and the parents together.
So it's more like a wholesome approach, not just to one kind of age group, but just actually working with families and connect people up. And I guess that's kind of what we're doing here with Talkaoke. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be likely to have a conversation with each other, kind of walking by, but actually I'd like to invite you guys to join the conversation. We're just chatting about, okay, before we carry on, I'd like to ask your final thoughts, if you guys are going, but it was really lovely having you here. What are your final comments that you want to leave on a table for us to discuss, or some thoughts that occurred to you while sitting here? Hello, by the way.
One thing.
I'll get your final thoughts, so don't go just yet.
A thought I have is why people start going into drinking, and if there's any way that they can help to get out before it starts becoming more serious.
That's an excellent question. Why do people start drinking? What they're trying to resolve by that? Okay, that's an amazing question to leave us. Are you staying or are you going as well? You with these guys? Understood. Okay, great question. Please remember that, team.
I just want to say that Newham is a great place to live.
It's a great place to live.
And I think there is lots of things out there for young people not to do things that they shouldn't be doing. Okay. And I think there should be a way for everybody to find out where they are. Because there is lots of churches who go youth clubs and stuff, and that will be interesting for people to know about, so they will enjoy. It's not just about learning about God, it's about belonging, as the young lady said.
And of course playing games, let's not forget playing games. And there's some volunteers needed for that kind of volunteering all the time apparently. Remy, what is your final thought? And then I'll come to you.
I think young people should be more involved in things like this, like being volunteers to keep themselves busy. You get them out of trouble, especially like drinking alcohol and stuff. If they work in stands like this, where they teach people about drug and alcohol, they can also learn, and they can either give them some incentive, some money for the young people to encourage them to come to events like this every year. So like me, I've been living in Newham for like 12 years, 13 years. So I've been enjoying my stay here. I come here almost every year. So when I come.
Okay, so the learning is the Newham is a fantastic place and there's lots to do. And girls, what are you going to leave us with? Because you were here for a little while. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. What's your final thought?
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome.
I think people just want to be together, so it's like just be welcoming and stuff like that.
Okay, so Newham is a good place. Have you guys been living in Newham for a long time?
It's been 6 years that's in the Newham, and he's just 3. Yeah, all. So the difficult thing is in the Newham, the NHS, the health services are not actually too good. Actually, there's still queues in the NHS, like so long waitings and everything. Yeah.
So before we expand on this thought, I'd like to introduce you. Oh, okay, fine. I can speak really loudly on the microphone, and so I'm going to be very. Anyway, welcome to Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show. We are just talking. What's your name, by the way? I didn't get your name.
Sabah Amir.
Sabah Amir and.
What's your name? Uji bolo. It's a secret name. Umar. Uji bolo. Umar. He's Umar.
Umar, and we've got. What's your name?
Julie.
Alfie.
George, again.
Ellie. And Rick and I'm Margot. Yes, George, I will be asking your name all the time. But before you go, I just wanted to ask you, you were talking that Newham is a really good place to live, but the NHS, the health provision, not so good. And can you just like explain why the queues are quite long, you're saying?
Like if we get sick and then we go to the hospital, they give you appointment for the 3 or the 4 months later, and until that time we have to suffer for like so long. Like it's been like 3 months for an appointment. They gave us like the urgent one. They said that it's the urgent one, like the 3 months after. Yeah, so that's why it's like a bit hard, like to suffer.
So currently at this Newham show, there's quite a lot of people who work for the NHS and they do lots of different things, health related and services in the borough related. What can we say to them today to, you know, to voice what you are sharing and that's concerns? Hello there. Hello, oh, you were hiding. Hello, welcome to the Talkaoke. You can rest your legs here, just perch with us for a moment. We're just talking about Newham being a great place to live, but there's a lot of problems. Where?
I live in Tower Hamlets.
Oh, no way, I work in Tower Hamlets, big up. But anyway, yes, but thank you so much. So where are you off to now? What are you going to explore?
Sorry?
What are you going to explore?
We just enter right now, so we will explore all the Newham show. So.
Okay, when you do, come back and tell us what you have seen. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you later.
Because I don't live here.
Tell us about Tower Hamlets, because all in all, this is still East London, isn't it? Yeah. So what's Tower Hamlets like?
Yeah, it's alright.
Is it fine? Okay. Tower Hamlets, do we have, well, I say we because I work there, but so I feel like I'm from Tower Hamlets too. It doesn't matter, it's lots of places, you know, but I work with these guys. I'm on the Talkaoke a lot. But so what brought you here all the way from Tower Hamlets?
We've been here before.
Okay.
Quite a few times.
And what do you make of this festival?
Well, this is a lot different from the previous. We've only just got here, but it's a lot different from the previous.
Okay. Hello.
We haven't really explored it properly yet, so we can't.
Okay, but you're returning. You've been here before. Yeah. So this is all good. Hello then, guys. This is a pop-up talk show. We're just talking about this festival. Is it good? Is this festival good? What have you experienced? I just want to get some more voices.
I think it's great. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna ask some more questions. But before I do, actually, I just want to come and join us. You can sit down here. There's some stools. Come on, young man. So this is a Talkaoke. This is a pop-up talk show. There's some stools. Come on in. Come on right in. Oh, that's okay. You can sit down and then you can go. Okay. Anyway, so this is a pop-up talk show. So we talk about anything that people want to talk about. We were talking about volunteering. We've basically covered everything about life, happiness, what makes us happy. Money is not important. We've covered all of these things. we've made some conclusions. We're happy to discuss them further. We're talking about this this festival. Have you guys been here before? What's good? We were talking about also about the drinking and drugs problem in Newham. There's a lot of raising awareness around this festival. And there was a question. Yes, remind us of the question.
Yeah, the question was about what makes a person start drinking in the first place.
Okay, before you do, Julie, and in fact, Alfie as well, before you go, can you give us some final thoughts that you're going to leave us with?
What, to do with this?
Yes.
Well, I haven't really explored it yet, so I'll come back.
Okay, please make sure you tell us what's out there. So guys, so there's a question, we'll come back to that, but I just want to catch your names as well, if that's okay. I'm Margot, by the way. What are you?
Jamal. Mahi. Muhi.
And
no, hang on, I can do this one. This is George and this is Eleanor and this is Rick over there and I'm Margot. Right. So the question earlier was, what's good at this festival? And the second question, why do people drink? I think that was the essence of that question, really.
So the good thing about this festival is that we there's a stall over there for genes and health, and we work for that. And if you're Bengali Pakistani, and if you're willing to provide a spit sample, you can promote our stall. It's just there. Yeah. So.
Sorry, explain what this is that you're working for, because I'm struggling to hear. Okay.
So what we're doing is we're trying to help out Bangladeshis and Pakistanis because we found out they're suffering from heart disease and diabetes the most. So how we're going to help out is we collect saliva samples from that community and then we give it to Queen Mary University that we're working with, and they researched into the genes and they're basically trying to make medicines for these people particularly, because most medicines they're made for like white British people, because it's a majority white British area. So and every person is like different. So that's why we're going specifically targeting Bangladeshis and Pakistanis, because we're like different people, like in genes and genetics wise. So
So you guys are working for that, and how easy, how difficult is it for people to share their? Did you say spit samples? Are people like, yeah? Do people like get into it? Like, yes, I want to know about my genes, or they're a bit hesitant?
It depends, because some people are gonna feel really uncomfortable when you ask them for the spit samples, but other people they're really willing to work for us. But it depends on which location it is. For example, in this location there's like lots of mixed races, right? So I don't know if there's not many Asians or Bengalis, because we just started now, and yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of talk about health. We were talking about, okay, so you're talking about specific diseases and also their relation to how we are genetically made up, really. But we were talking, okay, Georgia?
Now I wanted to add something, because you say you're going to Queen Mary. I actually want to go there, actually. And about the genes, checking your genes actually, I actually read once that Angelina Jolie, the actress, she actually had her genes checked. Yeah. She has. And it was actually, she used that to actually get herself more healthier.
Okay, so she checked her genes, and what kind of came out of that, like?
She was able to get specific medicine for herself, vitamins, that kind of thing. And I can see because she's doing that, like, it's gonna be more popular in the future.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's speaking about farming genomics, so that's something completely different. So for us, we don't get no result back. So you don't get result back. We're an organization trying to do a research, and we're trying to create a new drug, not for a specific person, for like the whole community, Bengali and Pakistani. Yeah. That's
okay. Fine.
No, so I just want to know. So it's like your plan is you want to get enough data, because at the moment the data doesn't exist at all. Okay.
Our target is like 100,000, and we currently reached like 500.
No.
So
30,300. The samples that we've collected now is roughly around 35,000. Yeah. So that's a lot, but we still got a lot to like collect until we reach the end goal of 100,000. And everything that we do is kept private as well. So all the data saliva samples we collect, they're marked with a code rather than your name, so for privacy reasons.
I'm just gonna introduce this man and his boys to the Talkaoke. You don't have to run away, but you can. It's optional. But this is a pop-up talk show. We're just talking about how much genes have got to do with the diseases that we develop and how we are in general. But do you think, I just wanted to kind of like use a little bit what you said. Hello, welcome to the pop-up talk show, girls and boys. Come and join us. We're just chatting about, genes, health. We're talking about volunteering. We're talking about what's good in Newham. Is Newham a good place to connect with other people? And Mum can come and join too, because we can scooch up, can't we? Okay, scooch. And also even these guys and girls and boys and girls. As we've got new people around the table, I'm going to ask your names. I'm Margot. What is your name?
Daria.
Daria and?
Gia.
Mina.
Mihi. Mahi.
Abdullah.
Margot.
Ellie.
George.
George he introduced himself like hundreds of times today already, so every time he has to do it again, he just gives me an evil look. Come and join us, guys. This is a pop-up talk show. It's just like the kind of like, please don't make me do this again kind of look, which I recognize very well. Anyway, so this is a pop-up talk show. We were talking about how much genes have got to do with the diseases that we are developing, talking about volunteering, talking about not Tower Hamlets at all, but Newham. And I wanted to ask you guys, and also, why do people drink alcohol? Because apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently in Newham there's a big issue with young people using drugs and alcohol. So there's a lot of kind of talk about health. And so there's lots of conversations on the table, and I wanted to see if you guys have any views they'd like to share, anything.
What?
Don't worry about it, I thought you were going to say something. George?
About starting drinking, yes, there are so many reasons why a person may start to drink. I mean, sometimes it's pressure from the family or because of the community, etc. So it's really a holistic view of it and all.
Okay, we're not going to talk to them about drinking, that's for sure. But guys, what are your views? I mean, I don't know, like, you're quite young, so I'm not going to assume that you drink, but George was just saying, I don't know how much you... Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm 18 and I had the drinking problem when I was in secondary school, and it's getting increasing right now. And in the Asian community, the kids are going to the streets and they're getting peer pressured. It's very dangerous. I was part of that group once, and they forced me to drink Smirnoff and Jack Daniels and all that. It's really
So I want to clarify, did you say Smirnoff?
Yeah, it was really disgusting.
Okay, I think vodka is quite an acquired taste, but you say you're talking about like peer pressure and people, but would you say in Asian community is like more precious? How so?
Because all the kids now, they're going outside and they're not doing really they feel insecure when they're inside, and all these Asian people, they like to be like inside, like in groups to feel more confident. However, that also shows that if they're alone, they're more insecure. But that makes them that makes them drink more. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, yeah.
I think I see what you're trying to say, that you want to be a part of a group or you want to have friends, so being alone you feel like that pressure to do what you need to do to make them happy or to be friends with them.
So in a way, I mean, like, I don't mean to like sound like simplistic, but does alcohol help with bonding with people? Some people would argue it does, but I wonder, no, you're saying no. What about you?
I'm not sure about myself, but obviously I've never tried it, so maybe because I've heard like stories, people like finding their wife like in the bar, for instance, like about their story, and they finding more friends in the bar or like just alcohol or something like that, along the line of that. But I guess so, maybe, yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I've heard that alcohol does like boost your confidence, because like it makes you speak more open. Like when you drink it, you're not really thinking straight, so anything that you think of in your head, it just comes out through your mouth. So yeah, it's actually like a helpful kind of drug to help with speaking out more confidently.
So is confidence, yes, Eleanor?
I was just gonna say I'm 25, so I worked like in like some offices before, like, and I've done a few jobs. Oh, I'll wait for you. Yeah, and there's a lot of peer pressure if you work in an office to drink on like a Friday or a Thursday night, like, 'cause that's what everyone goes and does, and like not everyone wants to, but there's a lot of pressure to go to the pub.
Okay, so there seems to be quite a lot of pressure wherever you are, whatever community you're part of, and there's a lot of good and maybe not so good things well, rumours and kind of things about alcohol. But you guys, what are your final thoughts? What kind of questions you'd like to leave for us to discuss, and some questions that we can bring other people in on? What would be your final thoughts they're going to walk away with?
Come to our stall to promote jeans and health, and that's it.
Okay.
I have no question. So, should they increase or decrease the age consent, like from 16? Like, should they increase it or decrease it? You can speak about that, maybe.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I feel like you're leaving us on a massive bombshell, and this lady's coming. I need to ask her the question. The age of consent, should we drop it below? Like, okay. So, okay. Right. What do you think? Just before you go, so that I know.
I think it's perfect, but yeah. So other people might have a different view on it, but I think 16 is good.
And that would be consent for what exactly? For everything?
Like for having sex, basically, yeah.
Fine, great. And then any parting thoughts for you?
I have a question that you guys can debate on. Is milk, is better to have milk over cereal or cereal over milk? That's a fun one that anyone.
That's an existential question, I feel. So you're dropping us like right in there. Okay, so milk over cereal or cereal over milk? That's question number one we're discussing. And also, should age of consent be increased or decreased? What do people think? What do you guys think? Would you have any views on this? I feel like this lady's like really thinking. Are you considering it? Come and join us. Hello, Mustafa. Welcome back. So, age of consent. Okay, good luck. Come back later, maybe. So this is Talkaoke is gonna go on our website. You can grab a business card so you can look us up. Sorry, that was just a little squeal there. Guys, please grab a business card if you like, or you can share one. That's very eco-friendly. Okay. Boys and girls, we just had a question posed by these young men who were sitting here. Age of consent, should it be increased or decreased? This is question number one. But also, is Newham a happy place to live? So these are the questions on the table. What do you guys think?
Well, do it. So, I mean, yeah, in the summer it seems great. I've only been here a couple of times before, and I have been to the Newham Show before, so I'm not speaking as a Newham resident, but so far I really like the show. I think it seems like it's got a good vibe.
Okay, good vibes, good advice on health, good conversations. Mustafa, what's happening out there? Can you be our correspondent? Sorry? Can you... Hello. Can you tell us what is happening out there? What is the chat around the festival right now?
Oh, they're just talking about some random things like having fun or something to do with their well-being or something they want to do in the future, like what is your dream job?
I think that's a very good question, and I kind of wanted to ask you, what's your name, by the way?
Bowstar.
Say that again.
Bowstar.
Bowstar, that is like the best name I've heard all day. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, you've got really nice names, but Bowstar just like one, basically. I'm Margot, that's a lame name. We've got
Mustafa.
We've got George. Ellie.
Rick.
And I'm Margot. So you asked the question, apparently people are chatting out there, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that's a question to this young man over there as well. What do you want to be when you grow up? What are you now? That's my question. And I'm going to ask you next, Boaster, so come and tell us. I think you're going to like shoot something like a curveball.
Random.
Also known as random. What's your name, by the way? Patrick. Okay, you've got a very normal name. She's got a very exciting name. We all have really normal names. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Fireman.
A fireman. Will you tell us about it? Come and join us. What are you currently?
my wife and kids, yeah? I'd love to spend more time with them.
Okay, well, I hope you find them and bring them down. So, Boaster, what do you want to be in the future?
I would like to work in like something like an RSPC, so and then I can help rescue like stray, homeless or abused dogs.
Okay, so you want to help animals, right? And why do you think, like, what makes you want to do that kind of job? Because this is actually very caring kind of job. It's not like working in a bank. So what makes you want to do that job?
I'm passionate about dogs, and it just like I really want to help. And when I see like posters saying missing, I really want to find them and help them. And just because I love them.
Okay. I think it's a really excellent kind of future career that you could do. And what about you, Mustafa? What do you want to be in the future, since you brought the question to the table?
Well, at first I want to become a sales assistant for gaming and IT, but now I just changed my mind. So since I took games animation course for level 2, but I passed, but I'm doing level 3 in September. So the reason I want to be, because I want to be a character designer for animation and gaming, because I spent 3 years doing character designing, but I was rubbish at first, but I was a bit of an amateur at the start. But I love drawing characters wherever it comes to mind. For example, I've got these 2 books right here in front of me from Amazon. I got this thanks to my sisters, got their Amazon Prime.
Before we go into your books, I just want to explain to these guys, because they're just very new. I can see them looking. Hello, this is a pop-up talk show, so we are just talking about whatever people want to talk about. The question on the table was, what do you want to be when you grow up? A question to all of you, young or big. Okay, are you? What would you like to be when you're even older? No, don't worry. This is going on our website, so don't worry about it. Okay, fantastic. Come back later. Right, so you want to be a gamer. Would you like to be a gamer as well, or designer of game characters? And has that ever occurred to you as well, Boaster? Would you like to do gaming?
No, because I'm not really that sort of person with like the controls and that.
Okay, would there be? Do you think that the gaming and dogs, these two worlds, could they ever combine?
No, because I wouldn't have time to do both at once, and I'd rather stick to the dogs than doing the gaming.
Okay, so I guess you get really busy with the dogs, not enough time for anything else. Okay, yes, Mustafa.
Oh, I know a game that's very good for stimulation pets, but it's called Nintendogs. That classic retro handheld game for Nintendo DS, but it allows you to pet your own dog.
Okay, did you say you don't have a dog?
I do.
Okay. Do you pet it regularly?
24/7.
Okay, I'm a bit suspicious because your dog is not with you. Is he somewhere here though? Okay, just resting away from the crowd. Okay, right, do we have any other gamers around the table? Because like I feel like that isn't my forte. Okay, Ellie. Oh, Rick, you haven't said much?
I do like gaming, but I just never have the time these days. So I get like maybe once a week I get to play games, and that's about it. Which is I'm like really behind in gaming. So but I still keep in track what the latest games are. I just don't play them because I don't have time. I'm still completing the game I'm on for like years ago.
Okay, do you have an animal?
I have a cat that visits occasionally, but it's not my cat.
Quick question, cats over dogs?
Dogs.
Okay, I kind of knew that anyway. I just had a feeling that may be your answer. Okay, gamers?
I used to play The Sims a lot, but I would have liked to be able to. I wish I played a few more competitive strategy games, because I think if I'd done more strategy games, I might have helped my strategic thinking. Now I might have been cleverer, whereas now I just really good at playing The Sims.
I'm going to ask this young man over there. Do you guys play strategic video games? I'm kind of curious because you said a very interesting thing. If only I played more strategic games, it would be more clever or cleverer. Okay, George, you had your hand up earlier, so hang on. I'll come back to you, Mustafa, in a second.
I just wanted to say I was amazed because my sister, she's a video game collector and she's passionate about video games. She wants to become a video game computer programmer in the future. So she always, hosts video games at me. I'd be reading a book, she takes the book out of my hand and gives me a video game.
Okay, so she's trying to hook you on technology whilst you're trying to do something as kind of simple and like, I don't know, primordial as reading a book. It's like, yeah, no chances. Okay. I mean, do people read books anymore? It's an interesting question. Do you read books?
Yes, sometimes when I can be bothered.
Okay, hello there. We're just having a conversation about gaming and strategy games. Do they make you actually clever? I quite like that question. Okay, what about you, Mustafa?
Well, call me insane, but I've been addicted to that latest game called Crash Team Racing Nitro Feud that came out on the PS4 and the other gaming platforms last month. I've been on in that game for every day because I'm doing this morning. I've been collecting Nitro for Grand Prix downloadable content, because with the Grand Prix you can unlock any skins for your carts, unlock new carts, new characters, and you can unlock some really great stuff.
Thank you, Mustafa. So you were kind of gaming already this morning, and pretty much like your life is a game. Hello, sir. Welcome. This is a Talkaoke, and welcome over there, girls and boys. Okay, goodbye. This is a pop-up talk show. We were talking about gaming. Does strategic gaming make you cleverer? Here's the question. Do you have any views on this? Do you do any gaming? Come and join us for a second.
No and no.
Okay, what do you think does make us clever? Because, for instance, Bosta here, she is doing a lot of... You're really into animals, so actually gaming isn't your thing. And, yeah, what would you recommend as a maybe future career? We had some people saying they want to be gamers, professional designers of games. We've got a future professional animal expert, and we've got people volunteering to get Newham active. I'm sure you're familiar with that a little bit. I don't know how I feel that, but I sense you may know something about it. But what do you want to be when you grow up?
Basically just someone who helps people, like make the world a better place than that.
Okay. And how do you think that is done best? What is the best way of helping people?
Well, treat them like you want them to treat you, in that way there will be less like conflict and that, and people will actually get along a bit better.
Right, I didn't catch your name as well. And also, shall we do like a quick round of names? I'll just introduce everyone. So this is Bosta, this is Rick, this is Eleanor, this is George, I'm Margot, and you are?
Daniel.
Okay, right. So we had lots of different conversations. We were talking about animals, we were talking about volunteering, improving quality of life by just being nice to people. And also talking about gaming and talking about reading books. It's quite an old school way of spending time and actually having not very much time at all to do anything. And we could take this conversation absolutely anywhere, but I wanted to include you there, Bosta. And actually, do you feel, and we were talking about peer pressure as well quite a fair bit, and alcohol, and the age of consent. Hello there. We're just having a conversation about Newham Show. Come and join us. We're just wondering, is Newham a good place to live? Just before you go, is Newham a good place to live? Are you from Newham? Do you like living in Newham? No? Okay, later. All right, Daniel. Before you go, we just need to ask Bosta about what was I going to ask you about?
I can't remember, but I've got something to say about it.
Go ahead.
So you know when you said about the game makes you clever, I have one game that sort of helps if you're like being attacked by someone. So
to be a what? Sorry.
When you're getting attacked. So when I go to this boxing club, we play a game called dodgeball. So what it helps is that we have to dodge the ball. So if someone's trying to hit us, we have to dodge it. And while we're doing that, we practice doing star jumps and burpees and that. So it does help. Sort of.
Okay, I had no idea the star jumps actually make you a more confident avoider of conflict and kind of, you know, make you safer essentially and protecting you from being attacked. I mean, did people know this? Like gaming actually, or playing games actually, because that's not a computer game, that's an actual real life game. Does that, I mean, yeah, do games actually, can they have relevance in our kind of day-to-day life? What are you good at? Star jumps?
No.
How can you get better at star jumps, do you think?
Well, you just have to practice, and the more you do it, the longer you can cope with the exercise, and you'll be able to get fit even better.
Do you know something? Like older people sometimes say the kids like don't really like play games anymore, spend time on computer or like doing other things, but this sounds like you're not that. Like you are active in your life already, and I wondered, like, is it an easy thing? Hello there. Is it easy to get people active, to get people moving? Hello, you guys. Hello. You can come and take a seat on the table. We're just talking about lots of different things. Daniel, come and. Have you been to the festival? Have you had a little look around? Yes, and what did you like about the festival so far?
I think there are a lot of entertainment for children, and they want to give some awareness over the society and how to live and how to be aware. And I think a few things were very interesting. People are like, they should feel that police is friendly to them, so they're bringing the awareness for the children. So there are such things, so I liked it.
Okay, so there's a lot of awareness raising. Hello, you guys. Okay, people are going to be coming back. So there's a lot of raising awareness, and actually you say police is actually quite friendly. That's one of the things. Hello there, you can come and join us on a table of conversation. Okay, great. We were talking about future careers, what you want to be when you grow up, when you're a little bit bigger, and also if you were to get volunteering as a way of improving people's lives, as a way of giving back to the community. Have you done any volunteering in the past? Just a quick question to this shy lady over there. And we're talking about alcohol, because there's a lot of raising awareness, like you said. We were talking about that a fair bit. Is alcohol good or bad? That kind of stuff. And yeah, and lots of other things, and it's up to us. And obviously we were talking about future careers, and this little lady wants to be looking after animals, and some of these people want to be professional gamers, I think. This is basically, yes, Daniel.
I was saying we encourage people to do like physical sports, and like in Newham there's like something called Park Lives where you can go for a session, and it is free, like mostly for things like tennis and actually basically all sorts of games like ball games, anything. We do that at least like 2 hours a day, depending on which area, but you can always look where it's happening from Park Lives.
Okay, have you ever heard of this, you guys? Like, have you ever done Park Life? Park Life? It's like a song. Okay, Daniel, you're going to leave us. Before you do, can you give us your final thought and your parting comment?
Well, healthy living for a better lifestyle makes you live longer.
Okay, how about that? Did you know this? Thank you very much, Daniel. Maybe I'll see you later. So, yeah, do you guys do a lot of activities around Newham? I'm assuming you live in Newham.
Yeah, so I'm living in Newham for the last 2 years, so I brought my children just 1 month before. So I've joined them in the leisure center here for swimming, and so any program every weekend I see what are the activities that's happening around it, and I take them there so they get awareness towards it. And regarding the living of the life, so anything which is within the limit is always good, and there are certain ages for doing everything, so only at that age certain things has to be done.
Okay, so what kind of age appropriate things, yeah, because you say every age has got appropriate things attached to it, so like what are the key ages and key stages in people's lives, a kind of development? Somebody was talking, like we were talking about alcohol earlier and drugs. Apparently it's a bit of a problem in Newham. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but also there's a lot of really fantastic things to do in Newham, and we were talking, somebody left us with a parting comment about the age of consent. That was another kind of thing, but Are there any things that you guys are looking forward to as young people, to, you know, the things that you want to do when you're older?
I'm looking forward to have like a happy future and like probably doing the things I love and doing my dream career.
Okay, that's quite sweet actually. So things to look forward to is a happy life. What about you guys? What are you looking forward to in the future? That's quite a big one. That's quite a big one that you just dropped there, Bosta.
I think, what am I looking forward to in the future? I think I was walking past a few of the homes when I was on my way here to Newham, and they're like, they were all quite individual. People made them quite different, like even on this street with quite similar houses. Like I'm really looking forward to like having my own like space and like owning a house, or like maybe living in a house where I can like make it my own.
It's very nice. Hello there. We are talking about what are the things that we are looking forward to in the future. What about you? Like, what are you looking forward to in the future then?
So a peaceful life, just with me and my wife, staying somewhere away from the city. And
you and your wife. What about these ones?
Obviously, they will become elder, and like her, they also have their life and career to build up. So that's I give the freedom to them. So it's up to them and their life to decide. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. And is there something that you guys want to be when you're older? What do you want to be when you grow up? When you're your dad's age?
What do you want to become when you get old or when you get elder?
Yeah, again.
What do you want to become? Police. What is your career goal? What do you want to become?
Engineer.
Engineer.
Engineer. That's a very good career. And what about you? What would you like to be when you're older?
Police.
Police.
Wow, police. Okay, so there's some influence happening kind of here. Okay, and you want to work with dogs. And what about you guys? George, what do you want to be when you grow up? Finally, one day maybe, I don't know. One second. Just before you go, can you leave us some parting comment or a question that we can take on after you had gone?
Okay. My question would be, see, I'm almost traveling for the 9 years. Last 9 years, I'm traveling to UK often, but this time I'm staying for a very long time continuously. So few things I found I felt a little different compared to my previous trips. So I saw in buses the school children, people don't maintain the bus. It's a public transport. So I think we have to teach our children how to have the city clean. Like they throw rubbish in the bus, they throw the tapes, boxes, all those. I think we should teach our children of how to have the city clean. And few instances which I've seen in Newham, it's bad, not so good, but I saw few school children went and asked some elders for a cigarette, and they gave the cigarettes without knowing that they should not give it. So I think we should have some awareness of how we have to maintain the future children, and so these such things have to be taught to them. It's not good or bad, something like, but we should teach them as parents or elders how to behave in the city and what is good, what is not good. So that has to be more taught by your parents to us. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for this, and thank you so much for stopping by, and I wish you all the success in becoming an engineer and a policeman. Thank you very much. Okay, so you've left us with some parting comments. Okay, so just kind of teaching people what's right, what's wrong, and I kind of wonder if you guys had any thoughts about it.
I think it's specifically the bottom of the bus, which always seems to be very stressful, because I've been on a couple of buses this week, like taking the bus when I can, but every time I have to go on the bottom of the bus, someone always ends up having a fight. People always end up forgetting something, or start chatting with the driver and being rude to him. And it's all about the top floor of the bus. Bottom floor is a bit leery. Everyone gets a bit angry.
Okay, so guys, have you ever sat on the bottom deck of the bus, and have you ever seen a fight kicking off? Because apparently that happens all the time, and top of the bus is a little bit safer, a little bit more secure, and people just chatting back at the driver, that kind of stuff. Have you ever experienced that?
No.
Do you take bus often or not at all?
Sometimes when I go to my nan, or at Saturday market.
So guys, we're talking about journeys on the bus. That's what we're talking about. What about you, George? What have you got to say about that?
Well, luckily I've never experienced any violence since I've came to London, so I'm grateful for that. But there were times when I was riding the bus and I heard arguments downstairs, really loud ones. They had to stop the bus and I was like, I have to wait.
Did that make you significantly late for stuff?
Yeah, sometimes. But hopefully they can find a way to deal with these kind of issues.
Hello there, we're just talking about things that we should be kind of a little bit more aware about, and kind of maybe don't be so stressed when you go on a bus. Don't try to have a fight with anybody. Hello there, we're talking about, this is a pop-up talk show, by the way. You're welcome to You're welcome to join us on the table of chat. We are currently talking about what we want to be in the future when we grow up. This lady's smiling, she's got some clear plan. What would you like to be when you grow up? This is my question to you. Or maybe you are it already, I don't know. And this gentleman over there. I can't hear you. Come closer, come closer. You look very stylish. Oh, okay. You're related to this young lady. She's really excellent, by the way. You can come and join her as well. Hello, sir. So this is a pop-up talk show. I don't know how much you knew this, but she wants to be. She wants to look after dogs when she grows up, and she's not really into gaming. So there you go. Are you into gaming?
No, not really.
What are you into? What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, a dad.
A dad. Okay, is it fair to say that you're already partly fulfilling that dream?
I'm trialing it at the moment. It's on a trial basis.
Right. So this is a Newham show, and there's a lot of people from Newham. Are you from Newham as well, you guys?
I am originally, but now I'm Essex.
Okay, so originally, so I don't know, because have you always lived in Newham as well?
Oh, yeah. Since I've came here, I've always lived in Newham.
So how many years is that?
2 years, so.
Okay, fine. I've got a question for you. If you're living in Essex right now, and you kind of come here to this festival, do you notice any changes? Anything slightly different to when you were growing up?
No, not really. Same, to be fair, yeah, it's the same. I still people that I knew from ages ago as well, which is good, so, yeah.
So what is it about Newham that kind of keeps on bringing you back? And what is it about Newham that kind of makes you want to live here? I'm interested to know. I'm actually from Peckham now, but I lived in East London for a long time, and I think, what is it about East London? Was it about Newham in particular that draws people in? Maybe it's the festival, I don't know. And actually, you can all say if you've got something to say. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Darren.
Darren. I'm Margot. I don't need to introduce your daughter, hopefully. And this is George, this is Eleanor, and this is Rick, and this is a pop-up talk show. Hello, you can join us, guys. This is just a conversation about what makes Newham what it is. Why do you live in Newham? Like all those questions. So I feel like these guys are kind of like partly, come and join us, have a little pew. Tell us why you live in Newham. That's if you live in Newham. What is there to do? Apparently there's a lot going on in the summertime, maybe not so much outside of the summer. But this festival is happening now. So, oh, thank you. That isn't ours, but we will look after it. Okay, so what brings you back to Newham then?
I'm working in the youth zone.
In where?
Working in the youth zone tent.
Oh, okay, right. So work brings people to Newham, it seems. Is there anything else that kind of keeps people here?
Well,
I'm looking at you, George, because you live here.
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I live here, but yeah, it wasn't much of a choice though. My parents moved here, so I also moved here. But I'm sure I'd live here. I keep living here if I had a choice.
Okay, so that's quite positive. So how do you, where do you want to live, like, in the future? Because I think you said an interesting thing, like, sometimes we do things because our parents, we live in places that our parents kind of chose for us. But I wonder, how is that for you? Are there any places that you would like to be living when you're a little bit older, maybe when you move away from home?
I don't know where I want to live when I'm older, but I sort of want to go to like America and that, to like go there for a few weeks or days so that I can experience new countries and yeah.
A few people had said that about America, not on this table, some other time, but like, what is it about America then? Like, feels like America is here already?
I think we have like a lot of links to it because we watch a lot of American TV, so we feel like we know it quite well, and so we're just like, right, now I want to go. You know, there's a familiarity to it, but it's still exciting. I don't know.
Okay, have you guys ever been like traveling? Like, have you traveled much? I mean, are there any other places which are similar to here or very, very different? Some places that you feel like the level of happiness is high? Because happiness is another thing that we were talking about on the table here for a while. Things that make us happy. Apparently volunteering makes us happy, something that George would say. And in fact, hello there ladies, are you happy living in Newham? They prefer not to say. So, would you say that you're happy then, Darren?
What, come back to Newham? Yes.
Coming back, but also fundamentally as a human being, are you happy?
I'm very happy.
What's your tip?
My tip, just live every day to the best you can. That's it, really.
Okay.
Every day.
Be happy. Okay, be happy every day. Okay, I think that's a very good learning. And I think maybe this is also time for switching of the host and bringing new blood in, because this is a pop-up talk show. This is all going on our website. We're going to be here all day until 6 o'clock. And actually, I just want to ask you, are there any questions that you feel like, you know, are very present in Newham that we should be talking about? Is there anything in Newham that people need to like rally about? Anything that kind of gets people going? Any good things, any things to improve, anything that's current, anything at all about Newham that we should be talking about or exploring? Yeah.
No, I just think that, like, because I'm volunteering, so we need more initiatives to bring the community together, to give the community a feeling of being together, being as a whole, instead of feeling disconnected, because there are some people who are from different countries and they might feel a little, you know, lonely or isolated. So you should give them a chance to come together and to, you know, be friends, be like a community.
Okay, somebody said earlier that actually Newham is a good place to connect people for various reasons, volunteering being one of them, but there are some church groups and other things. So this seems to be like quite an important thing. And also somebody said it's linked to people going into maybe drinking or abusing drugs. That's been identified as one of the problems in this borough. But yeah, isolation and kind of reasons for people to come together, that seems to be something that there's not enough of in Newham, or there is enough, so everybody should come to Newham, basically. What do you guys think? Are people good at being together, being neighbourly, being connected in Newham or in East London, or indeed in Essex, actually? Is Essex very different? Are people connected there?
I don't know. I think as opposed to years and years ago, I think now everyone's more or less on the same sort of scales of, if it doesn't affect them, they're not interested. So I think if everyone took a bit more of an interest with other people and other situations, then maybe we might move forward.
So are people a little bit more selfish these days? Are people slightly like self-focused, and if it doesn't affect me, then I don't really want to know? What do you guys think? Is that where we're living at the moment?
I was going to say, I think people are more shy. Like they don't want to. We can have so much time that we can just see the people that we know already, and then you can like message in when you want to on your phone if you're bored. And then I think when I come in, like if I come to events like this, and I just realise it's really hard us to open up to each other. And I think it's maybe a shyness as well, like rather than like a selfishness. Is that we're a bit. Maybe we need to loosen up a bit.
Social media's killed it as well. I think social media's got a big part to play in that, because rather than, I don't know, taking part in an activity, you'd rather sit on your phone or your iPad or your computer or whatever you want to do. Whereas years ago we didn't have all that, and you had to find things to do. Whereas now, it's all social media.
Okay.
I was about to say about what my dad was saying about social media. People are more or less on it, and they don't know who they're really talking to. But when they're outside, and they can get used to who they're talking to. They can learn to trust them. But with the internet, you don't know who you're talking to, and then they could lie. You can get abused by them or something like that.
So social media kind of takes away this human connection element, and maybe that isn't so good, all in all. And does social media actually paradoxically makes people more shy? I mean, are people shy? My impression is that people are very open and very outgoing these days, because actually what of the stuff that you see on social media, everybody seems to be having really great lives. Hello you guys, we're talking about, are you shy? That's one of the things we're talking about.
If you think about Facebook, for instance, right, you might have, I don't know, X amount of friends. You could probably be in this place now and have, I don't know, you could have 200 friends on your friend list, but then out of that 200, how many do you actually know to say hello to and have a conversation? You could walk past them and you wouldn't even acknowledge them, but yet they're on your friend list, so that's the social media for you.
So you're saying back in the day, okay, fine, you are working after all. We'll look after her, so no worries. Okay, so I've got a question, actually, I can bounce it out to you guys, but I'm also interested in this lady's view, and actually anybody's view, about is social media killing it for us, killing the human contact? Are we actually going into our shells? Hello sir, are you on social media? A, because you look like a celebrity, and B, okay, right, fair enough. Hello then madam, we're just talking about social media and actually how it influences people. People just become more shy. Hello, do you think that social media makes people more shy? We will never know, we will never know.
I found with Facebook that I've got quite a few friends that have moved away from where we all knew each other. We live around the country, and we just don't meet up as much through Facebook, because you go have a chat with them on Facebook, but then you don't actually go and see them wherever they are, because you kind of feel like you've had that conversation, so you end up going, you should. But it was much more fun when it's face to face, in a meet up in a pub or something, or have a chat, and have a catch. It feels better, but somehow you just ignore that now, because it's like you just have a quick chat on Facebook, that's it, kind of thing.
Okay, so you just kind of keep it short, keep it easy, just write a message. Why is it annoying?
I prefer just the face-to-face sort of interaction, it's much better.
Also you said in the pub, I mean over a glass of the water or something.
It's normally in the pub, it doesn't have to be in the pub.
Maybe it's just a turn of phrase, but you were going to say something?
Actually, I was about to leave.
Were you about to leave? Where are you going to go?
Well, I'm going to my next shift. I'm going to the main stage.
Okay, so what is happening? So are we likely to hear your voice on that stage?
Hopefully no.
So are you going to be volunteering around? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Come and join us. We're just talking about this wonderful festival. And have you ever done volunteering? Are you on social media, madam? Are you guys on social media? Because apparently social media makes people go into themselves a bit more and makes them shy. What do you think? Are you on social media?
I'm not really on any social media.
You're not? And why not? Yeah, have a sit. This is a pop-up talk show. Basically, we talk about whatever people want to talk about. So you're not on social media?
No, I'm not on social media. I just don't really like being on. I don't really like. I don't really know how to explain it. I just don't see the fun in it. Really.
And what about? I'm assuming there's some kind of relation between you. It could be, yeah. Look at their faces. Oh, fantastic. What are your names, by the way? What's your name?
Sunny.
Shane.
George.
Ellie.
Rick.
Margot.
Bowstar.
I love how your names are so Sunny and Shine. Okay, is it coincidental that he's called Sunny and you're called Shine?
Oh, he's the sunshine of my life when he came to this world.
Okay, so there's like a strong kind of name situation going on there, because I thought Bowstar's got the best name, but I think there's a really close kind of. But anyway, we can talk about names. But we were talking about social media, so you're not interested in social media. What about you? Are you
Facebook and all that? Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't care. I'll just put anything on there. I don't care what anyone thinks. If you don't like it, just leave me alone then.
Okay. Right. So what kind of stuff? I mean, like, because Rick was saying that it used to be better. Like, hello there, guys. Are you on social media? We're just talking about having a conversation in a pub over a conversation over a messenger. Are you on social media, sir? He looks like a celebrity slightly, but anyway. But maybe he just wants to stay incognito. So, but you say you don't have a problem with posting anything on Facebook. You're happy to share your views on everything. And you guys, are you on social media?
Yeah, I kind of get worried about things on social media. Like, so I worry that people won't like what I say. So it makes me very worried, but like not very much on at all. But maybe that's because I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and people always having arguments with each other on Twitter. But it means that I kind of sit there and I watch other people live their lives, and I just don't have myself. So I think I look really creepy. I mean, I have a life. I do lots of fun things, but no one knows about it. So I just seem a bit creepy.
Okay, so there's like kind of live there, your actual life versus the life on social media. So what are your views like? Have you noticed like people maybe, you know, are people's lives different on social media to reality? Like your observation as people who aren't on social media. I'm assuming that you're not on social media. Okay, so what is your people like being constantly scrolling through feeds of Facebook or whatever it may be? Is that just how we live now? Or is it worrying, or is it a good thing because people stay more connected?
Well, I think if people are putting their pictures on social media, then they want other people to see it. So I think it's completely fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like if you don't have your like account on private or something, someone can steal your like identity or something, and sometimes people can copy your ID and all that, and what's it called? And I just feel like it's not like some people it's not suitable for them because like they just like spend all their life on it, but then they don't really go out in the real world and see what it's like and meet new people.
So I think I just want to ask this gentleman who's just kind of looking over there now. Okay, hello there. We're just talking about social media and whether it's making us actually more shy. There's lots of room, so you can come along if you pop one over. Okay, no, you do that. That's fine, and maybe we'll chat later. What's your name, by the way?
Mohammed.
Mohammed. So shall we do a quick round of names? I really love your names. George, maybe I'll introduce you. But yeah, what are your names?
Boystar.
Sunny.
Shane.
George.
Ellie.
Rick.
And I'm Margaret, and this is the Pop-Up Talk Show. You're welcome to join. We're just talking about social media. And are you guys on social media, by the way? And is it actually killing the connection between people? Or younger generation doesn't seem to be interested in social media, but maybe older generation, yes. Are you on social media?
Yes.
And what do you think of it? Is this something that's important, or is it actually breaking connections between people? You post everything on Facebook, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love putting something on there because it makes people happy, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? When you do something or do something silly as well, people love it. I mean, the things we put up there, do you know what I mean? I'll make me sandwiches for the week, do you know what I mean?
Okay, oh, I see what's happening here. You're on social media. You're not, but you're part of his feed on social media. I see.
He's my camera. We just make videos and things like that. Just make people.
So that's just like something that Rick does as well. But I just wanted to ask you, Mohammed, are you on social media?
Yeah, I love social media.
And what kind of stuff do you post there?
Sorry?
What kind of stuff do you talk about on social media?
Like then Newham, about Newham, everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you because basically you guys on this side, you're all from Newham, no? Okay, right. So Facebook, is it Facebook? What is it that you're on?
Facebook and watching TV as well.
Right. So you share stuff about Newham. You share funny videos filmed by Sunny, and George is going. George, but before you go, can you leave us a question to ponder or any parting thoughts, anything that you thought about? Because we were sitting here for quite some time, weren't we? Anything that you want to share with us?
No, actually, we see that social media is really becoming a big part of our lives and is changing human interaction, but we can't get rid of it, so we might as well use it in the right way. That's what I believe. But one question I was going to ask was, what's your favorite social media? Because someone actually asked me, what's my favorite? And I said Facebook, and they said Facebook's for old people. Now they're using Snapchat, so...
Okay, so that's the question. So, favorite social media? Would anybody? Thank you very much, George. By the way, you're a great sport. Enjoy the main stage. But before you go, I see. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Okay, so what is your favorite social media? And also, he said this thing, older generation. I'm on Facebook. Am I older generation?
Facebook, I'll go on. Yeah. I don't even know nothing about it. So he knows more than me.
But he's conveniently sitting on the outside of it. He's not getting involved, only just like through you. Okay. What social media are you on?
I'm on quite a lot actually. I think I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Did you say Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Instagram, but anyway, yeah.
That's a new one. I also downloaded TikTok, but now I feel really old for doing that because I think that's like definitely not my age group at all. I think it's for younger people. But I have TikTok now as well, but I don't really do much on it.
Are you on TikTok? Can you explain how TikTok works? Because I don't know what that is. Do you know what TikTok is?
I ain't got a clue.
Okay, he says he's no clue. Okay, what is TikTok?
So you can watch like videos, but they do like sometimes it's lip singing or like they do like cool stunts or things like that. And like you can post videos of you lip singing or doing something. Yeah.
Okay, lip syncing. Okay, have you ever done lip? Yeah, it's just a bit. Yeah, that's why we need to like speak louder. So, Sunny, are you like? What is your favorite thing to do for fun? We were talking about volunteering and actually the sports that people play. Lip singing is kind of like syncing. It's like, what even is that? What do you do for fun then, Sunny?
We just watch YouTube and play video games.
And what kind of stuff on YouTube? Because we were saying like there's so much to choose from. We had people here earlier who were saying, hello there, you can come and join us. Because I actually wanted to ask you, what would you like to be when you grow up? Yeah, when that finally happens. Because that was one of the questions on the table. So you can tell us. Yeah.
Go on, I can't hear that.
Okay, so maybe we can just speak a bit more loudly. Can I turn this up a little bit? Yeah, I'm gonna turn it up. Okay. So what do you guys do for fun, and what do you do on social media, and also what social media are you on? And you started saying something, Nessa.
Yeah, so I just watch like a lot of people playing video games on like YouTube, and yeah, that's what I enjoy doing.
Okay, I've heard that apparently you can build a really decent career by being a YouTuber. Are you guys like active on YouTube? You look like YouTube influencers to me, and like you look pretty stunning, both of you. And I wanted to ask you, are you on social media? Is social media bringing people together, or quite the opposite? We're just having this conversation. Would you have any views? Are you on Facebook, lady? Over there? What social media are you on? Is it important to be on social media? Fine, come along. Pop along if you so wish. But before you do, okay, it was really nice having you, but I just want to ask your final thoughts and any maybe questions you'd like to leave for the table. Because this lady's like, I want to get involved when the question is right. So we want to like post something, gripping, interesting, something that'll get her interested more.
No, I just like putting things on media, yeah, just make people laugh and make their day. That's what I like doing.
Okay, so humour will go a long way to bring people together. Okay, and you, Sunny?
I think if people are interested in sharing their lives on social media, then leave it up to them. Like, it's all up to them.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, you guys. People with really good names. It only works when you are together, really, I think. Individually, also good, but have fun. Okay, you were talking about being cyber aware, weren't you, earlier? Just being aware that people may be abusing the social media slightly. What's happening here? Is there something happening in him? Maybe. What? I may just try to get some more people around the table before you jump in. Okay, fine. Yes, let's have a lunch break. Okay, people, dearly beloved, we are Talkaoke, which is a pop-up talk show. We will be here, coming back very soon after we had some lunch, because obviously talking is tiring, isn't it? Do you find talking tiring?
A little bit.
I find thinking quite tiring, and then speaking on top of that is like, whoa, I need a lunch break. So we're going to be back very shortly, okay?
In Stratford alone, we've got about 90. We've had numbers up to 162 that we've counted in one night. So yeah, we have got a very very, very big problem. But the mayor has The mayor was in meetings this week on Tuesday, and she's acknowledged the problem, and hopefully by October, we are praying, after 4 years campaigning, she's going to turn Stratford around and then hopefully move her way out through the borough, because we've got the homeless problem is not just Stratford, it's the whole of Newham.
And I would even go as far as to say it's a London-wide issue massively. Hello there, my darling, come and join us. We're talking about Newham being a great place to live, but apparently there's a lot of homelessness, a lot of homeless people who consider this park as their home. And the ladies here are involved in campaigning to turn empty buildings into shelters. I mean, are you local? Are you from Newham, you two?
Actually not. Yeah, I'm from Upton Park.
Okay.
Well, he's from Ealing, Broadway.
Well, you've travelled here.
Yes. 88 years old. He's come to meet me.
80?
88.
88?
Yeah.
Well
So, Ashley, budge up, because there's some seats and you can come closer, and even your friend can sit down, because I feel really bad because I'm sitting all the time. Do you know what I mean? And you've got a liberty of moving around. Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of the pink colour here? Is it all right?
That this would be amazing for when we do our pop-up. We could actually have the homeless sitting around eating instead of standing eating. So whenever you're not using this, approach us. We'd love to use it.
Okay, I'll take your details. But so we kind of met already, but I just want to ask your name as well. What's your name? Greta. Wonderful name. And we've got
Lorraine.
Luke. Vicky. And I'm Margot. And we're exchanging cards now. Oh, Lola's homeless. Okay, lovely pink. I can see why you wanted the stable. Okay, so guys, we were talking about Newham as a borough, as a wonderful place to be. Some people were saying there's not enough for young people. Some people were saying there's loads going on. And I was going to say Lola, but actually her name was Lorraine. Was saying, and actually both of you, there's a big homelessness problem in Newham. And I kind of wondered, like, what brings you to Newham, and what do you make of it?
What brings me to Newham? Well, the crowd is most like Asians here. So one of the reasons to be with them.
No. I went to purchase a little.
Yes.
Okay, so there's because Newham is actually quite a mixed borough. There's a lot. Yeah, is that true?
I would say yes. We are a very, very multicultural borough. But maybe what this lady's talking about is more East Ham, Upton Park area, which is, I would say, 99% Asian, Green Street area. But coming this side, we have all cultures. We have black, white, Chinese, Russian, Yugoslavian, Czechoslovakian, you name it. And we have all them nationalities in homelessness as well.
Okay. So all the good things, but also maybe not as positive things. People may be struggling at various paths that lead people to homelessness or whatever problems there may be. Yes.
I mean, not to do with homelessness. Yesterday morning, Canning Town, there's another stabbing. Yes. It's just terrible.
Okay.
And they're shutting all the police stations, and they should have one in Canning Town, I think.
So there isn't one?
There's one in Stratford, one in Forest Gate. Forest Gate's the only one that's open 24 hours a week. Oh, haven't we? Is that shut? Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Okay, it's just Forest Gate, but there should be one Canning Town. It keeps happening there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so police is you can definitely have a chat with them afterwards. So in terms of like people are also talking about like health service, that seems to be slightly depleted in this area. But we were
complain about that. No, I won't complain about the health service. I would say that we should only be taking people in our area to our local hospital, because I can tell you 2 weeks ago a homeless man from the Barking area was brought to us in Newham. He was homeless, he was put back out on the street and was told to go and sleep in Stratford Shopping Centre because that's the only place. So they're actually encouraging homeless people to come to our area and being discharged from hospitals. But on a whole, I would say no, we don't have a problem with medical services. Maybe overcrowding, because we're a very overcrowded borough, but I would say on a whole, National Health Service is very good.
So that's really good. So at least there's some kind of positives in the kind of maybe not so positive aspects of the borough. But I mean, like everywhere, there are people, there are, you know, wherever there are people, there are good and bad things, that kind of stuff. We were earlier talking about happiness and what keeps people happy, and also what people want to be when they grow up. That's also one of the questions. So, because we can take this conversation basically in any direction we want. We were talking about volunteering. Right, I can say. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Time flies differently in Newham Show.
Even though I'm Lola's homeless, I'm supposed to be in. If any children out there now would like to come and make a magazine, it will be published. We are in the blue tent at the bottom near the fun fair. We're looking for children of all ages. The organiser is Raphael, and I'm supposed to be gathering children and taking them that direction, so I'm going to have to leave you now, otherwise I'm going to get really told off, and that's where he's got to come as well, because he's going to be the oldest child in part of the magazine. But it's been lovely to meet you. It's lovely to meet you, and I will be calling you, and maybe you could bring this along. We could do a debate with homeless. That would be amazing.
I think that's a really good idea, and I think the good thing about Newham Show is we've been doing it for 3rd year now, and it always brings so many very interesting people and so many interesting viewpoints to this table. I think the shape and the pink definitely helps. Just saying, it's a really good colour, pink the world. But thank you very much for popping by. Before you go, girls and boys, what would be your like parting comments, your final thoughts? You can stay, of course, because we are going. You know, we're just starting. What are the questions you'd like to leave on the table for us to ponder and ask around? Any final thoughts you'd like to leave us on? We haven't had...
Children should be trained well in the school, saying that you should not throw the litters here and there.
It's the second time we're hearing
the cone and just throwing. I said pick it up. Did your school not teach you this? Then they picked up and put in the bin. This is how they are going on. This is bad.
Spitting and rubbish, that's an issue. Would you agree with that, Luke? Do you notice that?
I think they should be taking a more of interest into schooling as well. Yeah.
And any parting comments you'd like to leave for us? Anything that we discussed?
Keep music live.
Keep the dirty dancing dirty.
Help the homeless, because you never know, it could be you.
Thank you very much. Any last moments? Thank you, Victoria. Girls, boys, and everyone else. Yes, you can. In fact, you must, and I insist you do. Thank you very much. Greta, hang on, Greta. This is one for you. Thank you so much, and thank you for making a comment. This is going on our website, so have a look. Tag us in social media. Are you on social media? Are you in social media? So we are The People Speak, and this is Talkaoke, like karaoke, but singing is slightly barred. You know, it's an even playing field. Thank you, guys, and have a lovely afternoon volunteering.